So, identity is an egoic concept. It's an image that we hold about ourselves and then identify with. But the wholeness of our embodied selves is much bigger than any egoic construct or image that we hold about ourselves. The fullness of our and richness of our lived experience is much bigger than those constructs that we hold. And one of the things that Jung warns about is getting overly attached to any egoic construct about ourselves, because when we become attached to those images and identities, we become fixed, we become brittle, we become really fragile, and we have a deep need to be seen as that image. We have a deep need for other people to reflect it back to us. And so when they do not reflect it back to us, we become overly emotional or break down or begin to doubt ourselves in some way. I have a real problem with preferred pronouns because I find it to be a request to control my direct perceptions of reality. However, I think it is a real problem for the people who go along with it as well, because ultimately this ideology is telling them or leading them down a path where they are becoming overly obsessed and fixated on their own identity image that they carry about themselves in a way that creates a lot of brittleness and fragility in them. And I think that is being preached by this ideology, and I do not think this is good or helpful for anyone, especially for young kids who are going along with this. The reinforcement of the notion of preferred pronouns that we see in schools or in workplaces or on social media is the sort of reification of these brittle identity, ego needs. And I feel that it keeps people ultimately really trapped and identified with an image of themselves rather than fully expressing their beingness, their embodiment, their rich and deep lived experiences. It keeps them abstracted into an image rather than being grounded in their feeling sense. And this is why I think it's such a problem. But I'm going to leave this one here. If you want to follow me more, please go to my Substack, www.theknownheretic.com, or look at my longer form videos on YouTube at Known Heretic, or follow me on X. Thank you so much, at Known Heretic.